Hey everyone, welcome to The Grind. Today we are going to be talking about Haman.
Haman.
Haman. Yes, Haman. Yes, a very key character in the story of Esther. Probably seen as the ultimate villain who was, set on destroying the Jews.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a deep dive into why this man decided to do the way, do things the way he did, and how to not be like Haman. Basically, this will be an anger management 101 episode.
It is.
Pretty much. So let's get into talking about anger right about now. So, was there a time when you were provoked into anger by what someone said or did, and how did you respond, and what was the outcome?
Probably for me, the only times I would get really when back in the days I used.
Stop.
Oh yeah, sorry. So one of the times when I got really angry usually was just behind the keyboard.
Just behind the keyboard, huh?
So
what kind of keyboard?
Computer keyboard.
Oh,
so when I used to
so
play,
not a chai one.
No.
Thankfully, he's not mad at one of his church members. Yes,
Wow, no. It was when I used to play League of Legends. I mean,
Used
like,
to? Not anymore?
I don't play League of Legends anymore. Yeah, just in case my wife watches. But yeah, I'm just kidding. No, I don't watch it. I don't play anymore. But yeah, so I used to get really angry, especially like you're already playing pretty bad, kept dying, and
That seems like it's your fault.
Yeah.
you mean it's a me problem?
Yeah.
It's a you problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who's sucking at the game, so...
Wow. No, it's just that, like you're already so bad at the game, and then you get provoked by these other players, like, you can't play, like that, and then you got so.
Also, kids.
Sorry. I keep getting. Sorry. And you will have other players who would say, you're not so good, you're so bad, and then you're like, no, but yeah, those were the times.
I mean, if you say so.
So those were the times when I got really angry.
I think just any time I leave my house.
I'm always angry.
No.
So actually, Nathan's really
So that's a
angry
you
right
problem.
No, but
That's definitely a you
no,
problem.
but for real, just I don't know. Living in a crowded city is getting to me in my old age.
So are you those one of the guys when you go in the elevator and then you just see something?
Wait, no,
Are you
when he
that
sees
type
someone's coming, he's pressing the close.
I press close before I hit my
Wait.
floor.
Is he Carl and Op? He's gonna end up like Carl.
Yeah, essentially. But no, like not every day, but like, just
Every hour?
little things that just happen. It's just like, oh my gosh, Lord,
It triggers you already.
Yeah. Lord, give me strength. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you don't want to see Nathan angry. It's scary.
It's not that scary
It is.
He does turn
for
green.
me.
Does he turn green?
No, he has this look of like, what you got, bro? And it's like, back up. I don't know why.
I don't know what she's talking about, honestly.
So at least I now have two people that I should stay away from when they're angry. Nathan and John.
Yeah, no, I thought it was an excellent idea to kind of like, scare him not scare him, kind of jump him in like the MTR because I was behind him. It was a Sunday morning, and then I was like, hey, like I forget. I think I said hello,
You did not say hello.
I forgot what I said.
It was
Hey,
not.
man?
It was not hello.
Hey man.
Oh, hey man, I don't remember. I remember making a sound, I guess, or hey buddy, I don't know. And then he looks at me, and I kid you not, I was so scared. He looked at me with like almost like, what you got? I'm gonna come at you, bro. Kind of like look, and I was like, I'm sorry, I regret. I retract all greetings of anything.
In my defense, it was 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that.
It was 8 a.m.
I'll give that.
I don't know who this person is. And I mean, if it's scary, well, that's your interpretation.
No, I was slightly terrified. I was like, I regret all decisions in my life right now. I back up.
But what is important to note is I was not angry.
Okay, all right. Yes. Yeah. Still never jump Nathan at 8 a.m. in the morning is what it is.
Or at any time. It's
Yeah.
just, it's rude.
Remember that, Ben.
I remember it promptly. I think that one of the times that I was provoked into anger, it's my brother. I think I think that's the only person that has made me really mad, and I say this because I think it's siblings, right? Siblings have this like great way to really get underneath your skin and just like say things and make you really like mad. I think I would go into blind rage with him when I had no control over my emotions.
What? What? Stop that! Stop that! I'm serious! I'm serious! You are so annoying. You are so annoying.
Yeah. I mean, like I used to have that sort of relation, but not like to an extent where I would really get angry with my brother. But yeah, we used to fight a lot as well. But there's a certain period where once that time came, we never fought. I think since then we never fought. So
that's good.
Yeah, so it's a good. We have a really good relationship. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't live in the same country as my sister, so that helps.
That is, it's a good relationship as
Actually,
well.
yeah, I think when you don't live with your sibling, then it just actually
A good
establishes
LDR,
Yeah, no, it LDR.
a long distance relationship.
Oh yes. I was like, what? But yes, I think not living with your sibling really helps the relationship, because I think when you live together, it's like.
Yeah, that's true.
But I would say that sometimes like the one person that would provoke me into anger would be also myself as well. Like I think in a sense, like being mad at things that I did or did not do.
I'm just imagining how's that conversation gonna be. No, I did it. Yeah, you did.
No, I think it's
You
just
ever
like,
jump yourself in the mirror?
At 8 a.m. in the morning.
hey buddy. No, but I think sometimes it's like situations may provoke me and I get actually really mad at myself, and it's like it's not even like a blind rage, but more of like just almost a sense of like disgust or whatever it is. But anyways, that's another.
Do you need to talk? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm just saying. Okay, that sometimes your own self is the one that makes you angry. So going back to Haman, he had the favor of the king. I feel like we're gonna butcher everyone's names.
Yeah,
I mean, we're off to a really good start.
Yeah.
so-
I mean, there's
That's true.
Ahasuerus, and then there's Haman. So he had the favor of the king, and he had positional authority. So where do you think it started to go wrong for this dude?
I think when everything for him turned into a moment of revenge, like because he hated Mordecai so much, all of his intentions was trying to harm Mordecai, especially finding out that he was a
Yes, the Mordecai. Yes.
Jew. So I think that it in itself, like just his intentions was to bring harm to Mordecai, is like the opposite of a lot of these Hollywood revengeful movies, but turns out to be more of like an execution time at the end for him. You get what I mean? Like for example, for
Show your work.
for John Wick, it's like a revenge movie, but
Oh yes, because of
it
the
kept
dog.
on like
Yeah.
revenge and stuff like
Escalating. Okay,
that.
yeah,
It got
yeah, for sure,
escalated.
for sure.
I mean, like
His
he
like
redeemed
the
himself.
pride.
But yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the pride.
Yeah.
Pride was hurt, and then it was basically
Yeah.
going on and on and on.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he had so much going for him,
Yeah.
but then he allowed himself to be poked and prodded by one person.
Yeah.
Literally just one person.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was doing it on purpose. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
his culture to bow to Haman.
Mhm.
And the dude's like, "What? You're not bowing to me? Therefore,
How dareth you?
How
Exactly.
dareth you?
Therefore, you shall be destroyed."
So my question, guys, for me personally,
Yeah.
is if you were in Haman's position,
Yeah.
what would you guys have done, knowing the fact that like you didn't really like, let's just say you have a very negative response to someone like Mordecai for
Yeah.
his
Mhm.
case, right?
Yeah.
So in your position, if you had the position, what would you do?
As opposed to like destroying Mordecai.
Yeah, like I don't know, just because you already have the position, would you just ignore what's happening, or would you go for the same intention with Mordecai just because he didn't bow, stuff like that?
I'd probably just cry into my sacks of money.
I'll just use the bills to wipe your tears.
Oh no!
Oh.
Put on sackcloth
Yeah.
of cash.
Yeah, exactly.
Like more. Or pull up my big boy pants and just get over it.
I mean, honestly, if that was an option, I don't see why he didn't take it. It
Yeah.
just seems like the dumb thing to do.
Yeah,
I'll just take a straw and suck it up. Build a bridge and get over it.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I can also see like how if other people saw like, oh, if he doesn't need to bow, then why do I need to bow? So therefore, it could also invoke revolution of let's not bow towards Haman and question his authority as well. I don't know. So
But if he was really secure in his authority, I don't think he would have to
Care.
go down that
exactly.
way of thinking.
So clearly, because he was not secure. I mean, he had positional authority, and
Yeah.
we see that whatever decree that's given by the king is not retracted.
It sounded like you guys are angry at my question. I'm sorry, guys.
We're just thinking like how Haman's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so
Of
petty.
course, I understand.
Like, dude doesn't just because someone didn't bow. I mean, go talk to dude, man.
It's so petty.
Yes,
Yeah,
just so
yeah,
petty.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Just so petty. One person became like, oh, let's kill all the Jews. That's so extreme. But definitely, I think he's going through his own situation to have gone down
Yeah.
yeah.
that path.
I don't
Yeah.
think he was hugged as a child.
Yeah, potentially, or loved. So,
You guys need a hug?
he needs a hug. Hey man needs a hug. So definitely don't follow his response because dude was angry, dude was prideful, and clearly he was racist
Yeah.
and had such a huge grudge against Mordecai after one little thing.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, grudges, they're not uncommon.
Mhm.
I'm just reading this. In fact, according to an informal Trustpilot survey that polled a total of 12,000 people from 6 countries, the average adult holds 7 grudges at once. The survey found some of the most common grudges involve false accusation, betrayal, lending an item and not getting it back. This is very relatable. Childhood bullying, someone
us more.
stealing the credit for something you achieved, and misleading advertising. Also very relatable. Yes. Please don't try new drinks from Starbucks. They're very disappointing. That
Yeah,
is-
you
I
have
think
much
I-
experience in that
I think
arena.
that is a grudge I have.
Wait, 7 grudges.
Drink number 1, that mocha
Yeah.
thing. I'm just kidding. No.
But Man United, Man City, Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, West Ham. Yeah, it's very easily doable. Yeah.
I don't have 7. I think some of them are pretty accurate. I think maybe there is a small period of childhood bullying. It's not something that I remember now, but
As in, you bullied the kid or the kid bullied you?
vice versa. No, but I'll be honest here. I mean, I'm gonna be open. I'm more of the person who doesn't like bully someone else, but I'm the guy who would be laughing at the bully of what he did.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like those
I
sidekick.
see.
It's
So
like,
you don't help the situation.
Yeah. So I mean, I was a pretty bad kid. So, yeah, but I did apologize to some of the people that I do remember having that sort of sin towards. So yeah, and also I've had several experiences of being lent, and the items never came back.
From your brother?
No.
from admin people, like as in the admin department.
No.
Yeah. Grudges. I don't. Do you guys know people who hold grudges, like really deep rooted grudges?
Towards us?
Not towards us. I think in general, like when you talk to them, you know that they have a grudge towards something or someone that happened in your life.
Oh. I've had like friends. Probably most of them are like related to like grudges against the government. Like
Yes.
probably they've experienced something that they didn't really like, and that's one of the memories that they will never forget.
Right.
So yeah, definitely.
I think you can tell when someone is holding a grudge or several. It just seems like it follows them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
haunts
comes out.
them, right?
It comes out in their
Yeah.
demeanor, even when things are going well and
Yeah.
everything's fine.
yeah.
There's just like
That's
something is missing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we all know friends and people
Mhm.
who actively hold grudges.
Yeah.
Right. And so yeah, sometimes it's just not fun to be around.
yeah, and it leads to like really destructive behavior.
Yeah.
Like I think when you don't deal with like rooted issues,
Yeah.
it leads on to other people, and other people gets hurt in the
Mm-hmm.
process because not only are they personally hurting, they're hurting their friends,
Yeah.
their family.
And sometimes the people that they're hurting are clueless of what's happening.
Yeah,
as well.
and it
Yeah.
escalates into something huge. So, yeah. So with Haman, definitely had a grudge, led to very undesirable behavior.
Mm.
So, but I think we're all human and we all have the tendency to be angry about things,
Yeah.
right? So what are your thoughts on whether it's a sin to be angry?
I think, like we said, anger is not necessarily the wrong. What do you call this? It's not a wrong emotion. Should I say emotion? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the response on how
Yeah.
would you deal the anger. Would you like if you're gonna be going towards an anger where you're just gonna go in outrage and you start hurting other people, then it's not really the best response towards anger.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there are examples in the Bible where they've shown anger, like for example Moses, when he hit the stick, it wasn't really a good thing for him as well. But then I don't know if this is the right example, but also Jesus showed a bit of anger as well in the temple when he started throwing
Like flip the tables.
the
like that,
tables and
right?
stuff like that. But that one, there's a reason why he got angry, was because of what disrespectful thing the people did in the temple. So I think it really deals with how you respond through that anger. So
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah,
What he said.
yeah.
Because like you said, anger is an emotion. It's not sinful or wrong to feel emotions,
Yeah.
right? But it's what you do with it.
Yeah.
During the emotion. Culturally speaking, we're not supposed to show anger because we're supposed to be proper, supposed to keep everything in, hold it together. But there's got to be a healthy way to release that emotion.
Yeah.
Right? So what is a healthy way to handle anger, to show anger?
Anger management.
Welcome to our episode of Anger Management 101. This is where if you have struggles managing anger, watch this episode and it will help you.
Well, if you listen to Jack Nicholson, you just have to sit there and go, Goose Fraba.
Now repeat after me, Nick. Goose fraba. Goose blah blah.
Musa.
I remember that movie.
Yeah. But seriously, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, talk to a friend. Get a therapist. Doesn't matter. Just talk to somebody.
Yeah. And I think also, I one thing would be good is usually your response towards anger is you take action at that time, like that very moment you want to do something already. You really have to hold it together as well, and wait for the time when your rage is gone. Like, I know that particular anger that you feel inside is still there, but it's not going to be at the same time when it's like at the peak.
Yeah.
So I think try to find a time when you feel like, okay, I can start dealing with this particular issue that has brought me to that emotion, and then talk to somebody, like what you said.
So sometimes though, I think talking it out is good, but sometimes I have found myself in situations when I talk it out, I get even more angry.
I think that one will deal with who you're talking with as well. Like, if you have friends like, this particular person, you do that, like, you have to do this like that. It's
true.
Whereas you should have like a friend where like, oh man, you gotta chill. I mean, like, you have to think about that person's
so
side,
basically, I mean, that's what Haman struggled with. Like, his friends and his family are
provoking him.
him and eating into that, hatred. So definitely who you're talking to is important. So like when they visit therapist friends, these are good people, friends who you can count on. But going off what you said, right, Jesus showed anger too. He did get angry. If we actually look at Exodus 4:14-15 and John 2:17. Okay, 14 to 15, I'll just read it real quick. Anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, is there not Aaron, your brother the Levite? I know that he can speak well. Behold, he's coming out to meet you, and when he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you both what to do. He shall speak for you to the people, and he shall be your mouth, and you shall be as God to him, and take in your hand the staff with which you shall do the signs. I think the Lord was angry here because Moses was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can do it. And the Lord's like, fine. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So maybe like he was just really distrusting what God could actually do. And I was like, come on, dude.
This is like the perfect example where we previously talked about in the sermon, like, if you're not gonna do it, somebody else will take that place. And whatever the case is, if it's God's plan, it will happen whether you're gonna be there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then in John, basically, it's Jesus flipping the table because do not make my Father's house a house of trade. Are there any similarities or differences between Jesus' response and ours when provoked? I guess something to think about is what is righteous anger?
Ooh.
What is righteous anger, Pastor Petrina?
Yes, Pastor Petrina has the answer for this. It's basically being angry that things are not of the Lord, that goes against His holiness. That
Right. So in this example, the temple, God's house, being used for other purposes than to worship God. And so Jesus gets angry and throws everyone out. Right? If I am getting angry because something hasn't gone my way, then that's just me getting angry because
that's probably
I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah, that's like self-righteous anger.
Right.
Yeah, self-righteous
Just
anger.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, if you're getting angry at the things of, say, people getting murdered left, right, and center, and nothing is done, like that's literally going against one of the very commandments: do not kill your neighbor, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes people get caught up in the whole righteous anger, and it becomes their own vendetta, and then
Yeah.
it just is a whole nother fighting a war in the name of the Lord, but really, God's nowhere.
So where's the line?
I think the line is there, the word right. I think when the word right deals with what is right in God's eye, then I think righteous anger is good. But if the word right goes towards our self-righteousness, then it's wrong.
So
So
going off your logic, right? So, and Pet's example, if someone is angry at people getting murdered, right? Campaigning to get these people tried through due process and due punishment through the proper legal system, good.
Yeah.
Becoming a vigilante and doing a Dexter Morgan and taking them out yourselves, not good.
Please don't become Dexter Morgan.
please don't be Batman as well.
Yeah. Right. Is that more or less accurate?
Yeah, I think that's a great example.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Dexter Morgan is not the way to go. For those of you who don't know who Dexter Morgan is, he is a psychopath that has been trained to hone his psychotic tendencies to kill the bad guys that get away from
Is
him.
this the series Dexter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting concept, just not
No.
good. So, but yeah, when we witness an offense against God or His word, that is like righteous anger.
Yeah.
So, but that was a great example done by Nathan. Very, very well put. For
Well done, bro.
all those who don't know what is like, how should I handle all this anger?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Haman again, right?
Yeah.
So that was definitely not righteous anger because he wasn't getting what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting the recognition. He wasn't getting the adoration that he should be getting from the lowly peasants. So his anger was definitely self-righteous.
Yeah.
His anger, as we mentioned, was fueled by the people that he was listening to. Then, he was probably surrounded by people like, yeah, that's right. Mordecai shouldn't have, done that, or he should have bowed down. And that Jew, like, what is that Jew talking about?
Yeah.
So this was essentially, using modern day's term, an echo chamber. So this was Haman's echo chamber right there. So thoughts on echo chamber?
So unhealthy.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like if you are just surrounding yourself with people who just agree with your viewpoint
Yeah.
and are basically just 24/7 saying "You go, girl,"
Yes, queen.
You go, girl.
then you're not going to be. I mean, firstly, you're not going to be challenged to think a different way,
Yeah.
do things differently, maybe, which could lead to a solution to your anger, your problem,
Yeah.
whatever. And if you have any unhealthy tendencies, then they're just going to be fueled and refueled. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree. And I think also this one, the fault is in two way. The person who's receiving that encouragement, that negative encouragement, and the person who is giving that encouragement. I mean, like, you guys, like one thing I've learned as well, like, you have to remember as well, as some people who are trying to encourage somebody else, don't fuel that anger from that person as well. Because whatever that response that person is going to do, you have a part in it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can think of as
yeah.
well. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so I mean, like, if that person really has these tendencies, you need to do your best and try to put them in a position where you have to tell them, okay, bro, I know that you are angry. I know that you're this particular person, but you have to. Sorry. Let me go back. I keep on saying the word. Sorry.
It's fine. It's an angry episode.
You have to remember to tell them, like, I know, bro, you're angry. I know that this person did wrong to you, but you have to look at it differently as well. See where that person's position is and see why his response is like that too. And you feel like you're being wrong, but you really have to take it easy. Something like that. I mean, like, don't say like, yeah, you're right, girl. No, not girl. I mean, like, you're right. Like, you should do something. Like, no, it's not gonna go anywhere. You're just having the person to commit murder, even in his own mind or something.
Yeah.
So,
But I do like what you said, that what you say can have an attribute. Can attribute to the person's action.
Yeah.
And so if the person ends up doing something bad, it might be on you too.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as we said, we're human. We feel anger, and we've got to handle it in a healthier way than Haman did. So how are we dealing with our moments of anger, pride, hatred, and feelings of being disrespected? Like, what are some practical ways that you guys been handling your anger, or what are some healthy habits that we can cultivate to maintain emotional and spiritual health?
Do tell, Rico.
Based on my anger issues, no, I'm just kidding. So, of course, first thing I would do is really ask God for patience. Like, that's the only strength you can come. The only strength that will come from, which is from God, is really ask God for patience and to be able to give you peace. Whatever, like, of course, you will experience these things where you feel you're being wronged, or you're feeling you're being betrayed, or you feel like it's not even, like what I said, like, it's not fair. You'll experience this, but like we said, it's how we respond. And I do believe that if you really seek the Lord and pray about it and ask God for guidance on how to deal with it, there will be a sense of peace at some point. Like, maybe because, of course, I'm saying at some point because maybe the Lord is trying to do something to you already, like trying to ease you, but then you still don't really accept it because you're just filled with rage. And then and after that, I mean, for me, one of the practical ways I would do is try my best to really put my mind off that situation. Just in the sense of, like, there's nothing I can do about it when I'm angry at the person or that situation. Let the Lord do what is best, and then when the time comes when I feel like I'm ready to face it, it's not that I'm procrastinating, but you're just trying to make sure that your right emotion is right. You're in the right place, and then face it. Never escape, just go for it.
That's very mature of you.
So mature.
I wish.
I would totally just sleep it off, my anger.
That is famously your solution for many a problem.
I know. As you can see, I try to escape. But one thing, however, I did learn is that Jesus never taught us to escape. Jesus gave us equipment to deal with it. And so, yes, sleeping does help. But I think coming to the Lord, laying down at his feet, being in his presence, and even worshiping him and saying, I may not understand why things are happening, but here I am, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Literally.
Yeah.
That sounds like more like prevention rather than a cure. Right?
Yeah.
Because you can practice, mindfulness and all these things.
Yeah.
And that is all well and good. It has its place.
Yeah.
Right? But you don't always want to be reacting. When you can, with Jesus, be in a place where you don't react a certain way. Like Rico said, like, just calm, but also thinking that the way that Jesus would. But to do that, you need to spend time with him.
Amen.
Right? So,
that's good.
Basically, what would Jesus do?
Quite simple, but true.
Yeah. and doesn't mean you go flip tables every time. Like, yo, Jesus flipped the tables, and I feel like I can do it. No. But I think it's really just, I guess, Cruz Fava,
Yeah.
but also be centered in the presence of God and trust in His guidance.
Amen.
There is anger is messy.
Yeah.
It really is messy, and it does say in Ephesians, like, don't let the sun go down your anger. So if there's something that you need to work it out with someone, you do that. You talk it out. There is no like clear cut thing like do this and your anger will go. And I think there are going to be some people that needs a little bit more time for healing, a little bit more time to get out of it. But I think with God's grace, He can sustain us and He can see us through. So yes, trust in the redemptive power of Jesus.
Amen.
And even when things aren't going your way, just trust that, as we are learning in this series, that God is unseen, but He's still moving behind the scenes. So He's working. Just trust.
Yes.
Just trust. I mean, also, if we look on the flip side with Mordecai, he could also be really angry too.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do something, and now this man wants me dead. Like, he could be angry too, but he trusted in the Lord. And we'll see a little bit more about, that throughout the rest of the series and how that also helped him too. So,
Yeah, it would be nice to see the other side of this coin.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Planning his own rebellion, but anyways. Yep, it's good. It's good. It's a good talk. It's a good talk. Thanks for joining us on The Grind, and we will see you next week for more fun discussions.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.